I said, I'm living my best life. I said, I'm living my best life. Made a couple M's with my best friends. Turned all my L's into lessons. You see the whip pulling up, it's like skirt. Dreams pulling up, I'm like skirt. I'm living my best life. It's my birthday, at least that's what I'm dressed like.
I'm like Big Pop mixed with Tupac. I'm like Machiavelli, Nita, Little Caesar pizza. I be hot and ready, nigga. You a pussy and a rat. You like Tom and Jerry, nigga. You ain't ballin', you just talking. That's that commentary. I was in the field, man.
Okay, so friendships. Let's just say, to be my friend, you to be my friend, you have to be loyal. You have to not act a certain way towards me, and then, you know, when I'm turning my back, literally, like when I turn around and you have somebody over there with you to just talk about me like that, like you can't be doing that type of shit. Like I don't like friends like that. And even more important, you know, when we're away from each other, I need for you to defend my honor or to just not speak about me at all if you don't have anything nice to say. So, and the reason why I'm saying these things specifically is because I feel like, you know, in all my friendships or in the friendships that I did have in the past, I just feel like people weren't loyal, and those are the type of things that they did. So to be my friend, you have to be loyal. If you're not loyal, just stay the fuck away from me.
Simple as that.
Like, simple as
there
that.
you go.
I agree with that.
To be Stacey's friend, you gotta do write these steps down.
Right.
Write it down.
You gotta come the fuck correct.
Correct.
Like you didn't sugarcoat shit. You just said everything that you meant.
It's I think friendships, relationships, it's another job. Like for real, it takes a lot because it's loyalty. Like that's what I like when I stop fucking with people. Like if I like stop fucking with them for like a reason, and you know, I'm kind of relieved, you know, that's one less person that I have to be loyal to. Like it takes a lot to actually be loyal to. Like the more you get to know people, because I'm a real genuine person, like, and I hate when my friends aren't friends with my friends. So like it takes a lot, like literally it really takes a lot. You know how some people just don't like others, but you might be really cool with that person, and then like you're around that person and they're like, oh, they're just talking mad shit about them, but you're really cool with them, and it's just like, how do you handle those situations?
For me personally, I would definitely, you know, say like, yo, why are you talking about so and so, or why do you have to speak on so and so if this person's not here? I'll definitely make it known that, yo, like I'm cool with this person, or I don't have no beef with this person. So if you feel some type of way, I suggest that you handle it with that person, or just don't talk about it around me. But then, even so, I feel like I would take that situation and I would put it into my head, like, yo, this is what this person does all day. Like, they just sit around and talk about people, or they sit around and discuss people that they don't like. Because me, if I don't like you, I won't discuss you with these people or any other people, you know? So I just feel like that would be warning to me, like, yo, like, I'm not about to surround myself with any of this.
Like true selves by doing that, you know, it's just like, so if you're doing this right now, like, you know, when I'm out of the picture, what makes you think you're not doing this to me behind my back?
Exactly. And if it's a legit reason, I guess it may be different. Like, if it was a situation that they were discussing, like something that happened.
It depends, right? It depends. But if you're just like, I don't know why you fuck with that bitch.
Exactly.
Just running your mouth by me particularly, I'll be like, all right, like.
Right.
Like, feel how you feel.
Exactly.
That's my friend.
Like, I fuck who I want to.
Can we move on or not? Because if we're not gonna move on, I got somewhere to go.
And that's another
nobody has
thing.
time to be sitting here talking about
that's small
just gossiping about other people.
And that's another thing. Like, I would never want somebody to stop being friends with somebody just because I'm not, you know, copacetic with that person. Because, you know, I don't know what they do for this person, but I just know that they don't do, you know, anything for me. So, you know, who am I to say don't be fucking with this person? Because that's none of my business.
It depends how malicious that person really is. If that person's really a fucked up person, literally every person that's encountered that person fell in a trap.
Yeah.
I might want to warn somebody.
Exactly. And
but
there's nothing wrong with that either.
you're your own person.
Yeah.
You're gonna go with your own free will. You might fall in the trap, you might not, but
let them experience on their own.
I'm not gonna, like, it depends on my experience. I'm gonna only speak on my experience.
Yeah.
Like, I've learned, like, in high school, let's say, per se, and that's how I'm actually teaching my niece that, like, I'm a big observer. I'm not gonna say nothing unless I mean it, and unless I need it to be said. If the person that I want it to be said to, I'm not gonna say it, like, if I'm gonna say something and I, like, you know, because everybody talks, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm pretty sure you're gonna go to that person and say it too. So I'm not gonna say nothing if I don't mean it, or if I know that this person, you know, is gonna find out. Like, yeah, let that person find out, and then we can handle it when that person comes. You know what I'm saying? But just like a lot of he say, she say in high school that I observed, and it's like my biggest like fuck up in high school was just like around in my group of friends was just witnessing. I think that's what it was. Like when there was issues amongst each other, like I would just let that person vent and rant, like, you know, and I wouldn't tell the next because, you know, my loyalty is with you at the moment. I know you feel the way you feeling, but then I'll realize that the next day she'll be kikiing.
Exactly. I was like, wait a minute, bitch, you was just talking about
right. So, but again, I was just like observing. I was a big observer up until it came down to you fucking with me.
So,
you know what I mean?
how would this situation differ though, like, and for like relationships, like boyfriend girlfriend relationships, boyfriend relationships, girlfriend, I don't know, whatever you like, but how would that be, like, how would that differ for you guys? Like, if your significant other felt like they didn't like a certain person you hung around, or they weren't okay with a certain person you hung around because they made you act a certain way, or they just didn't like them for whatever reason, how would you handle that? Like, what would you do? Would you stop fucking with that person, or would you keep fucking with that person and let them know, like, yo, babe, like, I knew this person probably before you, or even if you did,
perfect.
like, like, how would you handle that happen situation? Like,
right?
How would you?
I was in high school, whatever, and then like so my first boyfriend I ended up breaking up with, and then I ended up having another boyfriend. But my first boyfriend I was still cool with, because we went to high school with each other, and we was just still cool, and we were friends before and after our relationship. But my second boyfriend didn't seem to understand that, and he didn't like the relationship that we had, and he actually he was like, no, y'all can't be cool. Like, it was not like, it was always an issue, but it was just like, he was jealous, of course, niggas get jealous, but it's like, you have to, when a situation like that's my example, when a situation like that, I just feel like at that point in time, me and my second boyfriend, we were in a deep relationship. Like, we weren't just together for a few months. I actually known him for a long time, so we were together for a while, and, you know, I actually was in love with him, so it's just like, all right, I'm not trying to make you jealous. So if you jealous because I'm kicking it with my ex, like, you know, I mean, not even kicking it, but just like having more than a high and by conversation when I see him, sort of person, then I'll cut it to just a high bye. You know, I won't say nothing more. Like, you know what I'm saying? Exactly, to respect the relationship. But
and as far as to, you know, like if your ex at the time, who's now your friend, you know, was like, oh, hey Ray, you know, I want to chill with you, and you're with your boyfriend, you know, like
he was never disrespectful like that. But it's just he like. We'll be walking down the street and they'll be like, hey, what's good? And like, cause I'm just open, I have nothing to hide, you know what I'm saying? Like, so, but he didn't like that. No, I don't want to make you feel like that. Definitely not trying to belittle you. So we're in a relationship right now, and I'll just cut it to a high bye, and I'll probably just walk by from with you, you know, act like we don't see him. I'll probably, you know what I'm saying? You know, just out of respect. But as far as somebody, none of my boyfriends, first of all, have tried to control who I speak to. One of my second boyfriend, he was like, you know, I got too many male friends. I'm a tomboy. You know, my videographer, that's my homie right there. Like, we used to blaze up all the time. Like, I'm a tomboy. I like chilling with, you know, hanging with boys, but, you know, not doing crazy stuff, you know, like, no, just chilling, like, hanging out. I just like, just chilling. So I got a few male friends or whatever, and I would not cut. If Basil has never tried to make a play or any type of hit on me. Never. And if he has, I fucking miss the shit. Like, the shit flew over my fucking head. Like, this nigga, he's my brother. Like, for real. That's how I treat him. That's how he treats me. So, and there are a few people like that.
Yeah.
But then again, you have to understand, there's a few people that just want to be your friend. That no, they say they want to be your friend, but they really just So
you know,
our boyfriends do try to protect us from that. But
the same way we protect
we have a mind of our own, and we let us do what we gotta do. You can't be controlling people like that.
Yeah. Because it makes it seem, insecure in the relationship, and especially if you're in a relationship, a long-term relationship, you should kind of know the person and trust that person. And that brings us to the next subject of trust. Trusting is very important, like in any type of relationship. Like just so you can have that idea, like I trust my boyfriend or I trust my girlfriend, like to go out and, like come back home to me without me feeling like, you did some infidelity somewhere else, So it's just like, trust is very important in any type of relationship that you do have.
Yeah. Trust is, I don't know. I just realized that I don't trust nobody. I believe in a lot of people. I believe in a lot of people, but I don't trust anybody, honestly. I trust God. He's the only person that's been doing me right, for real. And whenever I do wrong, he shows me that I'm doing wrong by punishing me. So I've had a lot of learned lessons, and nobody else can teach me any other lessons but him. And I don't know, because I just feel like everything is, I'm not gonna say everything is temporarily as far as friendships and relationships, but as far as what I've experienced, like my new best friend is only, I only had her. This is my new best friend. Like, only had her for about 3 years.
I only had her. She just came up, we besties.
So it's like, and it's actually like she showed me a lot of shit that my past friendships that's gone wrong. She showed me a lot of shit, like, I'm actually loyal, like, this is what a real friend actually does, and vice versa, because I only want the same shit back, like, but not everybody gives that, and you can't hold them, you just have to keep them moving. That's what I learned, like, not everybody thinks like you, and you can't force nobody to think like you. So if they're not on the same page, they're not on the same level, somebody's on the same level, and you just gotta keep it to the one until you find them.
I feel like I go into my relationships like with the expecting, like I expect longevity, and that's something where I get hurt a lot. Like my feelings get hurt quite a bit being like that. Expecting people to be how I am towards them. I am nice to everybody. I swear to God, I'm nice to everybody that I meet until you piss me the fuck off. Whether that be you piss me off in the 2 seconds of me meeting you, or whether you piss me off in the 5 years of you knowing me. Like I would never, come out being disrespectful or being mean to anybody. And I feel like because I'm that way at first, people, they take advantage of it, and it's just like I put myself in that situation time after time, again, being too nice, being too friendly, but that's just how I, open myself up to other people, and I just feel like I get, I get hurt a lot because of that.
Yeah. I agree with Stacey. I've been saying that too, and I've been saying, like, you know what, like sometimes I've been feeling like I'm about to stop, like, shut down. Like that's why we become more savage, is what they say.
Right.
Like we don't give a fuck anymore.
Yeah.
But it's just like, at the end of the day, I really don't give a fuck, but I do have, like, I have a genuine ass heart. Like I can't, I just can't be a fucked up person, like unless you're being real malicious.
Exactly, and then I'm gonna be an extremely fucked up person.
Right,
I'm gonna be so fucked up, like I'm
you would have never thought.
Exactly, like
so
ruthless.
With that being said,
we sound like crazy
I'm
people.
gonna continue.
He's like, damn, I don't even know. He feel like let's crabs. He's like, what the fuck I got myself in?
No, but with that being said, like I wanna continue to just give people the benefit of the doubt, and when they fuck up, they will just they will get what they get.
Exactly.
Like,
Keep
but,
it
you
in
know,
the back of your mind what you said. Like, you still don't trust
always
anybody.
be cautious. Like, yeah, exactly. Like, I believe in everybody.
Exactly, yeah.
But I always have cautious.
Like, I give people the benefit of the doubt too, you know, like you said you met your best friend 3 years ago. I felt like, you know,
and I met her through, there was 3 of us.
it started off with
There was 3 of us. And I met, they was best friends. And I met her at middle school. So it's like, now there's only 2 of us. That's all I gotta say.
Another segment.
So, yeah, you know.
Yeah, I feel like getting older, you know, with our age and experience in trust, like, we do have that wall that we're building. Like, okay, I don't really know if I trust this person, but I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt to be like good to me because I'm being good and genuine to them, you know. And it's just like, if I don't find myself, you know, connected to you in that way because you do certain things that I don't agree with, you know, respect my judgment, you know. And I'm just like, I'm cool with you. I'm not gonna disrespect you, but I'm not gonna go out of my way to be like your friend and like go to every like event that you want me to go to because I don't feel that same type of, you know, energy back. Get out of here the same way that I came, you know. So it's just like, I have my guard up. I give people the benefit of the doubt, but once I see something that's funny or that I don't agree with, like, I'm simply gonna just fall back. Like, I'm okay, you know. Like, I'm not gonna cry over spilled milk.
And I want to give a shout out to my older friends because I feel like, you know, on this topic, I really want to touch about that. Like, I have friends who are older than me, like in their 60s, you know. I don't want to say 70s because I don't think I have any friends in the 70s, but like
she got the OG,
right?
yes, you know.
And I feel like, you know, I feel like those friends that I do have, like, they're very special relationships to me, whether I met them at work or in my personal life. I feel like I don't really give those relationships enough credit because those
are the genuine ones.
Exactly, are the most genuine ones. And like, I kind of feel like it's saying something about our generation. Like, there's no loyalty, there's no, you know, I don't want to say there's no genuine people, but there's not many people who are genuine in this
because
generation.
everybody is trying to compete for what?
For what?
Everybody wants to compete against one another when you should just learn to love yourself.
Yeah.
Like, for real.
Exactly.
Just love yourself. Love the curves on everybody else. Just love yourself. Yeah. You ain't got it. Love it on that person. Don't hate. There's no reason to hate, but just
for real.
Just say yes.
Exactly.
You don't have to find the bad, the flaws in people. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I feel like people don't understand. Like, they look for the flaw or like, you know, the something that's not so perfect on this person. You know, rather than just seeing the person as who they are and just being, you know, open-minded is like a big thing too. Being open-minded with each other. So
exactly, and not giving a fuck about what the next person doing.
Yeah.
Unless it's affecting you. Like, I feel like
communication.
Yeah.
Communication is key. Nobody reads minds. Like, if you have an issue, how is somebody supposed to know you have an issue without you discussing your issue? Like, that goes from work, outside of work, friendships, relationships.
That is one of my biggest pet peeves in my relationship.
If you have a problem, you need to discuss it because, and then don't discuss it by the 5th time it's done already. So then now you're blowing up on the person, ready to choke them out, and they're just like, what did I do? And they just got mad receipts on them and shit. Like, no. Tell them when it happens, or even by the 2nd time if you don't know how to say it at the first, and then like so y'all can move forward, like so it won't happen again. Like, how do you expect somebody to change something and they don't even know that?
That's my biggest pet peeves in any of my relationships. Like, never be around me or associate with me if you don't want to tell me what's wrong. Because like, I feel like I have telepathy? Not telepathy. I don't know. I feel like I could be in your mind feeling what you're feeling.
Right.
And I feel like I'm psychic sometimes because I feel like I can feel the energy from the people that I'm around. And if I feel like there's something wrong and I ask you, is there something wrong? And you tell me no, then I'm going to be pissed the fuck off when you finally tell me what's wrong.
Like, I don't want to know
because it's like, you know, that communication is the piece that's gonna hold the friendship, the relationship, or whatever it is together. Like, if you don't feel comfortable talking about something at that time, you're not the type of person to just come out and say what you gotta say as soon as you feel it. Like I am. Like, just tell me that.
But then you have to give them their time because some people are so responsive. But if they say it like, you know,
like, I don't
didn't say it then, but this is what was on my mind, such and such.
Exactly.
And it depends on how you approach it too. You can't be all coming off rah-rah when you was just mad 15. Like, that was a whole hour ago. Why are you telling me right now?
Or just being
But
silent.
if they bring it to you with a good approach, like, all right, now I'm ready to talk about it. Can I tell you what's on?
But I feel like if you come to me saying now that I'm ready to talk about it, and when I
Even then you're
the
not
only way that will be okay is if when I ask you, you'd be like, you know, I am, you know, feeling some type of way. I just don't want to talk about it now. Can you give me a few, or you know, I'll come find you when I'm ready. I'll be like, okay, fine. And I have done that before, and I feel like that's okay. But if I'm asking you, and you're just gonna blow it off like nothing, and I'm supposed to come sit next to you, talking to you like nothing's wrong, and the next thing you know, 10 minutes later, you're like, oh yeah, so you remember that fucked up shit that you did? I'm like, my nigga, you know I asked you. So it's just stuff like that.
Again,
like,
it depends on how they approach it.
Exactly. So
Yeah. Thank you for watching Life Behind the Dream. I hope you enjoyed.
We appreciate you guys sticking tuned with us behind the Life Behind the Dream.
And stay tuned for updates and future segments. And if you have anything that you think that we should talk about, drop it in the comments below.
Thank you.
Bye.
Later.